Alright gang, I decided to do this video tonight. I actually got home from work a little while ago. But we're going to do my Friday the 13th autographs. I'm going to start out with Monica Keena from Freddy vs. Jason. As you guys can see right there, there's what she wrote, her line right before she cuts off, Freddy's head in the film. Meeting her in person, she was really, really sweet. Very, very nice. I mean, I had no complaints at all on her. Some people make issues about, celebrities being ignorant, which you do come across, but she definitely was a really nice person. I love this shot with her with the machete. Technically, Freddy vs. Jason is more of a Nightmare on Elm Street film, but it has Jason as the guest star. But to me, it's I always loved this film. Just meeting her was just a blast. It was like a dream come true. All of them were a dream come true. But then again, we do got my very first autograph from Flashback Week in 2013. Kane Hodder as Uber Jason. This is when his autograph was cheap. It was $25 for his autograph, guys. The guy, I mean, he was a lot of fun. Me and my buddy went up there, and I got a picture with him. Basically, when he was able to choke people, or the fans, and then he did a double choke with me and my buddy, and it was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, that's great. I actually watched the movie again last night, and I just, I love the Uber Jason look. It looks so cool. It looks so cool. I know the light is kind of glaring, and I'm using a different device too, different type of handheld camera holder to vlog on. Just got it today. So we are going to go around the room. We're going to show this really cool setup I got here, and I'm still working on the room a little bit, so just bear with me. So here's my little Friday the 13th setup, and I got one of my VHSs signed by C.J. Graham. Jason, Part 6, 18 kills. I don't remember there being 18 kills in the film. I'll have to go back and rewatch it sometime and just to count all the kills that he does. But I mean, it was a body count. I do know that. But yeah, that was a really cool one. I didn't really get much time with him. I mean, he had another person up there talking to him, and he just signed my autograph and then we took the picture. I didn't really get really much of a interaction with him too much at all. But I mean, he was just really cool to meet. And, I mean, real nice guy. So, and we're gonna get to the real big stuff. So, I did show you the NECA that I got of Ken Kuzinger signed my NECA of the Freddy vs. Jason Ultimate Jason NECA figure. So we're not gonna show that again. But here comes my cool stuff right here. Friday the 13th. Love this poster art. Adrian King was the first one to sign it. It says to Michael. Then He's Still There, Adrian King, Alice. And then for a rarity, never thought I'd ever meet Deborah Hayes, who played Claudette, one of the first kills in the original film here. Real nice. She's starting to do more conventions. When I met her, it was actually her second convention she's been to. But real nice. And then right below all that, here we got Tom Savini, which is the newest autograph on her. Now, you hear two stories. I've heard two different stories of what it's like to meet him in person. And sometimes he's, quiet, not really into his fans, and other times he's talkative, and then, he's very nice. But we got the version at Days of the Dead, Chicago last November. We got the Tom Savini that everybody has been talking about, where he doesn't say much or anything to anybody. But my buddy was kind of shocked, and I tried telling my buddy, I says, I've heard stories from other YouTubers who have met him in the past at conventions, because I was actually studying him too, because he came in before the convention opened up. We all had to line up, and we lined up like in the lobby area where the Caddyshack Bar and Lounge was at. Of course, they weren't really opened up, and here comes Tom Savini down from his hotel room, and I'm just watching him. I'm thinking, what type of Savini are we getting today? The quiet guy that's not really into his fans, but he was quiet. I don't know what it was with my buddy, because my buddy and his brother went up there to meet him. They were before me, and when I went up there, he didn't say much to me, but I had my Friday the 13th t-shirt on, and I handed him this poster. He looked at me, he smiled at me, so I guess that was a good sign there. But definitely a blast. I'm hoping to meet Sean Cunningham and Ari Lehman this May at Chicago's Nightmare Weekend to get those two on this poster. I just love the original film. This is the holy grail right here of my posters. Almost everybody from Friday the 13th Part 2 is on here. Almost everybody. I'm not going to be able to get Tom McBride because he passed away in '95. But I got right up here, this is a rarity right here, Marty Colbert. You want to wrestle? Most of them I met, they had a reunion at Horror Hound Weekend in Indianapolis quite a few years ago, and this is where I got most of the autographs on. Marty Colbert, I know she's had kind of a rough life growing up. I know she's been in, trouble with stuff, and, I think a lot of it was alcohol and stuff like that, but it's kind of sad what happens, but, she was very sweet. I mean, I think some people need to be forgiving with people like that, but she was really sweet to me and really liked her. Then we got Bill Randolph, who plays Jeff, later Scooter. I love that. That's another cool one right there. He was really awesome to meet. I remember I shaking his hand and stuff like that, and he asked me, well, what do you want? Well, how about later Scooter? And I said, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And I did a shake and stuff with him, shook his hand and stuff after we left. It was fun. Yeah, it was a great experience. And Part 2 is probably by far, my favorite sequel, along with the third film. Then we got To Michael, Stay Out of the Woods, Steve Dash, The Real Jason. And this was right before Steve Dash had passed away after he got out of surgery. I know he went through a surgery. I think it was an amputation that he had. I didn't know he was a real bad diabetic, and then he didn't really live long after the recovery from the surgery, and boom, he was gone just like that. It's a shame. A lot of these guys I grew up watching, especially from these films here, some of them are passing away just like that. Right under Steve Dash, we do have Laura Marie Taylor, who played Vicky. Just really sweet, another sweet one. I mean, I asked him about doing quotes, and this was another one I asked to put on. And then right over there, right next to her, was never thought I'd ever meet him, is Harry Manfredini, and I couldn't figure out which one I wanted him to be put on, was the Part 1 or this, and I said, hey, let's do Part 2. Real nice guy. When I brought this poster out with the poster carrying case, he says, oh man, he's got a sandwich. And that kind of you put a smile on my face big time, because I mean he is full of life, guys. If you ever get a chance to meet Harry Manfredini, he is so full of life. I mean he's an older guy, but he's very, very full of life. And then right over here we got Kristen Baker, who played Terry. That was pretty awesome. They put down a net, and there is truth to that, saying stay away from dark places, because I never thought she'd put something like that on her, but I thought that was really cool. I laughed at it when she did, but it is true. Stay away from dark places, because you just never know. And then right up here we got Amy Steele. I remember going up there and meeting her. She was really, really sweet. Just one of a kind person. And this was my favorite quote, and this is right when they were in the bar scene, and she was telling Ted and Paul, and you can read it for yourself right there. Funny quote. Funny thing is, John Fury was sitting right next to her. His table was right next to Amy, and he looked at me. He starts joking with me. He says, she charges by the letter. And I looked, and then Amy looks up and she starts smiling and stuff, and I knew he was just messing with me, joking with me, but it was really, really cool. And then of course, speaking of John Fury, Fury. We got him right next to, or underneath Amy Steele. Jason's a legend. Very, very fun guy to talk to. He kind of looks like John Lithgow. From Harry and the Hendersons and Third Rock from the Sun, all that. He kind of looks just like that. Also John Lithgow was also in the original Footloose with Kevin Bacon. But he does look like John Lithgow, but being older. Right there we got, you guys can see it. Are You Looking for Something? And that's Russell Todd. And he's been in a couple of good ones. The remake of Where the Boys Are. It's titled Where the Boys Are 84. And then Chopping Mall on top of this. And then the last one on here, this is the other Jason, which is Warrington Gillette. He was going to write down, die, bitches, die, which he's done. And I'm like, no way. And he says, I kill for mommy. I said, yes, I wanted something related to the film. Really weird thing with him was when I got the selfie with him, he did the chokehold on me like what Kane Hodder does. And I'm thinking, man, can you imagine if Kane Hodder was here and he would have seen that? Who knows what Kane would have said. But overall, he was a real nice guy. I'm glad to have him on here. So next, we're going to go ahead and part 3. We got Steve Miner. He was the first one put on there. Steve Miner, director. Then we got Tracy Savage as Debbie. They were all real sweet. They were all really sweet. And I got 2 autographs from Tracy Savage because I got an 8x10, which I will show you here in a little while. Then we got Larry Zerner, played Shelley. Then we got Mike DeLuna, who was the Jason stand-in for Richard Brooker. He played Jason in the scene right after Paul's thrown through the window. He comes through that window right after he throws Paul through. And then right where he gets with the noose hung, that was also Mike DeLuna. And then we got David Cade. We got David Cadams, who played Chuck. That was really nice. Interesting story about Tracy Savage. She didn't get there until late at the convention, and it was almost around like 9:30, and everybody started making a makeshift line at her table. And I know Larry got kind of antsy, and he was like, you guys don't have to wait in line here, for her. And their manager, which is Stacy, she's real sweet, and she was on the phone with Tracy because Tracy had to fly in, and Tracy finally landed at, I think it was O'Hare, and she was on her way. And the grand entrance, when she came in, Larry says, "Tracy Savage, ladies and gentlemen," and everybody starts clapping and stuff. I got the video as a video short, but it's really cool. So now I'm going to go ahead, since we're talking about Tracy Savage, we're going to go ahead and see the other one. And I saw this. Now, the reason why I got 2 of them, 2 autographs from her, is because they were originally supposed to have Derek McKenna from Terror Train. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it due to, I found out a couple weeks later, due to his passport expired. I could have met Jeff Brockton, Ghostface from Scream 3, but when I saw this 8x10 there, and I saw it online before, I saw this picture online before, and I'm like, man, I want to get this one. I love how she is in the photo. She's right there, the van door's open. She's actually, I believe she's actually standing, not sitting. But really, really, really cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's, I thought this would be a great time to do it. I was going to do this video tomorrow. I was going to do it in a live stream, but decided, hey, let's make it into a video instead, because I got the Scream 2 live stream talk tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm going to be doing. So, yeah, with further ado, that is it. That's all I got for my Friday the 13th autographs. But, I got to mention one thing. For Friday the 13th Part 5, Chicago's Days of the Dead next month is having a mini Part 5 reunion. I'm hoping to get John Shepherd, Shavara Ross and then Dick Wayland on this poster, because right now I got Melanie Kinnaman, Deborah Voorhees, and then if you can see it right there, I know she signed it to late Carol Locatell, who played Ethel in there. Definitely great. And says, you know, her one line she says to Junior when she's talking to Tucker, shut the fuck up. You know, I don't like this, you know, swear a lot, but especially on the channel here, but I just had to say it because that's what it's written down as. But definitely some good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, you know, I get to meet them, and you just never know. Sometimes, you know, when you get close to the conventions, guests do cancel because they got stuff that happen, whether they're ill or they got other commitments with another film they're doing and whatnot. But yeah, guys, without further ado, this is Oracle signing out tonight. Take care, and you can see you guys back here in the next one.